Well, hi there. Welcome home. I'm Jerrel. This is Mountain Home. It's our little corner of the internet where we can share our love of the mountains, music, and everything in between. Today, I'll be sharing a couple different sound samples of two different mandolins. These are both entry-level mandolins, and I want to see if you can guess which mandolin has the solid spruce top. Now, when it comes to mandolins, generally you want to look for an instrument with a solid spruce top. And that is because spruce is a very good material for the tops of the instruments. You'll see it's the most common top for even just decent quality instruments. You'll find very entry-level, low-priced, cheap instruments, especially ones that are just mass factory made that are not very good quality, will use laminate materials that are significantly cheaper to produce and work with. And you'll find that instruments that have a spruce top sound significantly better than instruments that have a cheap laminate. Spruce really lends itself to acoustic vibrations for instruments. It has more sustain, it has more liveliness, it's more full body, more robust. You have deeper low end and a very sparkly, nice high end that is very pleasant on the ear. Whereas cheaper laminates generally sound quite dull. They don't have a lot of sustain. The high and the low end are very weak. So I will play 3 sound samples, and after that, you can enter in the comment section below whether you think mandolin A or mandolin B is the spruce top. So today's fun little game is guess which entry-level mandolin has the spruce top. Are you ready? Okay, here's sound sample 1. What did you think of that? Was it close, or are you pretty sure which mandolin sounds better? Okay, time for sound sample 2. Okay, how about that? Is it a bit more clear? Do you have a better idea of which instrument has the spruce top? One more sound sample. Let's go. All right, what do you think of that? That was the last sound sample. Did you think it was close, or are you pretty sure which mandolin had the spruce top? Enter your answer in the comment section below now, and try not to be spoiled by the other comments down there, whether you think it's mandolin A or mandolin B has the spruce top. Mandolin A is the spruce top. This is an entry-level Oak Ridge mandolin that a friend gave to me. I quite like it. I really love the blue color on that. Mandolin B is a tanglewood mandolin that has a linden top, which is not spruce. Did you get it right, or did you get it wrong? What did you think of the sound samples? Now, for me personally, I prefer the sound of the tanglewood, and this is not an ad or anything like that. This instrument has a significantly more robust voice. It has bright, clear highs, a very strong middle, and a little bit on the weak side of the low end, but the mids are so strong. There's so much complexity and depth and nuance to this instrument. The voice is so robust. On this instrument, despite the fact that it has a spruce top, it does not sound as good as this one. The high end is very weak, there's very low sustain, and the low end is quite weak as well. So you might be thinking, what's wrong? Spruce is supposed to sound better than cheaper instruments. Well, build material is not the only thing that factors into the sound, the voice of the instrument, and certainly the quality of the instrument. It's only one aspect. In this situation, what happened is the bridge on this is actually absorbing a significant amount of the sound. Now, on the Tanglewood, we have what is a single piece bridge. I was quite concerned about the idea of a single piece bridge, but I absolutely love the robust warmth and the nuance that it brings to the sound. It's certainly very pleasant to hear. And I've heard many complaints from people that say, oh, you have to have an adjustable bridge because of the swelling of the instrument. But because of the build material, linden is actually significantly more resistant to temperature and humidity changes than solid spruce. And because of that, it doesn't really need an adjustable bridge. Because it doesn't have metal, it means that the vibrations can travel just through wood and it doesn't have to travel through metal. That means that there's no hard metal pieces that are actually absorbing the vibrations and preventing the entirety of the vibration from reaching the top of the instrument. That's actually a good thing to have a solid piece bridge. I've gone through mandolin forums and seen people discuss and argue and get heated over this subject, so I'll go ahead and leave it there. But I really adore the sound of this, and I especially adore the bone bridge. It gives it that brightness and also this really nuanced, complex warmth that I don't hear out of other mandolins. What's gone wrong with this mandolin, despite the fact that it's a very good mandolin for an entry-level mandolin, the problem is the bridge itself is not actually hardwood. I was examining it the other day and realized this is a soft wood that was painted black to look like a hardwood bridge. That may have to do with the fact that it has a pickup system built in so that you can run this through an amp. But the problem is that they didn't use very good material for the bridge. In this case, I can tell the instrument is supposed to sound significantly better, and I can tell the instrument wants to sound better. So what I'll have to do is remove the strings and remove the bridge, figure out how to not ruin the pickup system, and I'll have to replace this with a solid rosewood bridge, which it should be, but I can tell it's absolutely not. I've worked on dozens upon dozens of instruments. All you have to do is just run your finger along that material. You can feel the texture of it. If you give it a little bit of a tap, you can feel that it's not hardwood. That is a very soft wood, and then I ran my nail across it just very lightly and it actually scratched it. So in this situation, it is a low quality soft wood that they used for the bridge. When it comes to bridges and saddles, you want a very hard material that is light, and it's difficult to balance out those properties, which is why we see bridges with caps on them. We have maple and ebony, or maple and rosewood. In this case, generally mandolin bridges it's most common to see them in just rosewood, but whatever this is not rosewood. So I'll have to find some parts and I can replace this, and I'll share my comparisons once I replace this bridge and I get this instrument sounding the way that it was meant to sound and the way that it wants to sound. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this has been interesting to you. Take care of yourselves. Come home again soon and I'll leave the porch light on for you.